Number 10. The last place to expect one is sharp is the middle of a soccer or football match. Notice a shadow man running. I mean honestly there's no way. The like I think it was pretty solid first, but then it manages to keep up with the speed of the camera as it's panning across to the right. Not only that, you're running through a bunch of people that are standing around and sitting down, and when I say runs through them, I don't mean like it pushes past them or anything. I mean this body literally passes through the body of the people standing around. Now this one is really tricky to explain, because of how fast the camera's moving, like it seems way too accurate to be edited by some guy in his bedroom, but I could be totally wrong about that. Either way, we don't get super shadow men for very long cameras, which is traced back to the football game, but it's good to see the football stadium. Also, just to be clear, apparently a lot of people saw that goes live, so it's not like this a random internet clip this one edited.
A portion of this.
Number 8. A man is traveling down the road in Indonesia, but his path is blocked by a small child. Stops just in time, only to find the person has vanished. It looks like a little girl with slumped shoulders, and all of her hair in front of her face gets off his motorcycle to the ground for her, perhaps worried that he talked to her back into the woods, and that this happens. Chip used for only a split second, and that disappears. I understand why he would get off of his motorcycle. If he was worried about her safety and wanted to look. Number 7. In a live show, a woman is talking about spiritual possession. She's in the middle of her story when suddenly something grabs hold of her mid-sentence and takes over. Also, did anyone else hear or really awake see something at the end of that clip? Anyway, she regains her composure and manages to speak a few more sentences.
Did anyone else hear a really deep voice say something at the end of that clip? Anyway, she regains her composure and manages to speak a few more sentences. She says that she has been cursed by somebody who is very powerful, but it is hard to understand her because she is clearly upset. The host is trying to get some more information when suddenly the spirit appears to take over once again.
She says that she has been cursed by somebody who is very powerful, but it is hard to understand her because she's clearly upset. The host is trying to get some more information when suddenly the spirit appears to take over once again. And
when people
Bismillah, Bismillah.
Number 6. This next clip is actually terrifying, like I can't explain it at all. According to this report, the boy has been haunted by a very violent ghost that likes to lash out at the kid whenever it gets a chance. So of course that his crew decided to read the kid. Halfway through the interview, the kid starts getting dragged halfway out of his chair and toward the back room. Like at first I was a bit skeptical, but after watching a few times, she was like, no way this could be hoax, considering it looks at the picture of his people, but there's just no one there. Apparently it's been like that for the past several days, the kid randomly being attacked by the Holy Spirit over and over again. Even crazier, doesn't just happen once so, because later on the kid's attacked again. That's when the kid apparently she's standing next to the wall and then it goes up to stand next to it, then literally out of nowhere, it's like it's pulled up, but you start to get dragged away. I mean, being an entrepreneur series, I have absolutely no explanation for this event, like there was no one near him, and he definitely wasn't being pulled by something. At this point, I'll leave this one to you guys, real or fake, let me know in comments.
Watch again as our news crew filmed the second incident similar to the accounts we were given. This time, the boy claims he sees the ghost standing near the wall and goes over to stand next to it.
Touch her? Tell me when I touch her. Am I touch her? Am I touch her foot? In the wallet. Your wallet.
Number 5. This possibly paranormal video originates from Thailand. A live television interview with a famous clothing model is going well, until she changes that her answers become very strange. This behavior would be bizarre enough coming from any random person, but these responses are coming from a well-known local celebrity, and it just gets even more wild from there. She says that she has become possessed by a malicious spirit that calls itself Pop Spirits, supposedly chose her because of her beauty, and apparently it tells her again and again how badly it wants for her to eat.
Calls itself Pop. This spirit supposedly chose her because of her beauty, and apparently it tells her again and again how badly it wants for her to eat the innards of a pig. It's always complaining to her about its intense hunger. When the host puts a sacred Thai symbol in her face, she shrieks and recoils.
It's always complaining to her about its intense hunger. When the host wants a sacred Thai symbol in her face, she shrieks and... Number 4. It's late at night when a team of ghost hunters embark on the historic 17th century Wentworth Woodhouse. In the English town of Rotherham in search of the paranormal, they're walking around a look-stable area, when one of them curious footsteps and sees something. They rush down the hallway and try to get the spirit's attention, but it continues walking ahead, and then disappears. I suppose that this could get set up, and that this is just a member of their team, but look closely, and you'll see that the finger appears to be completely transparent. Also apparently these ghost hunters have been doing this for 15 years, without really finding anything. That's a seriously long time. Number 3. This clip is over 5 years old, and it's still gaining attention because it has yet to be officially explained. President Obama is talking about a situation in Syria. On the other side of the glass inside of the room. I will admit that when you zoom in on the object, it does kind of look like something strange is peering out the two of them from just behind a curtain.
Our intelligence shows the Assad regime and its forces preparing
Some 14 miles from the crash.
A television journalist reports from the scene of a car accident on the M11 just outside London. But wait, what is this mysterious blob moving across the screen? The unusual image has been stirring debate among viewers of the ITV show London Tonight. It's being speculated that this could be some ghostly goings-on, something supernatural, a spiritual energy or ectoplasm trying to cross the...
Number 2. Have you ever heard of a ghost in a field? I know we have already seen it in another clip, but this one is confusing. At first there is a black figure which suddenly vanishes and seems somewhat creepy. Number 1. So here's our last clip. We could see that a reporter is doing reporting as usual, seems pretty normal, and it was until we could see something or someone running at back of him. It looks like a prank, but this thing speedeth quite fast like, Flash, just kidding, but the thing is quite fat to be human. So you decide, what is it?